How's it going, Mullen fam? So obviously today was a little bit disappointing given the big rally we had yesterday to see a sell-off of the magnitude that we did today. Jumping straight into the charts that we were looking at yesterday, we can see that that upward trend is still, we've broken through the floor of those higher lows that we were posting. So I've done a little bit of an adjustment here to the chart. So as you can see, we're still technically in an upward trend, and it was good that today that while it was a down day, the stock held firm around the $7.40 range. And I think that's presenting a new sort of bottom for the stock. And now I've placed this upward line to sort of give an idea for, at least in the next sort of market movement that we might see, if it is indeed upwards, that the level that we're looking for key upward resistance is around $8.50. So it'll be interesting to see if the stock can swing back up that way. It's not surprising that the stock is jumping around a little bit on no real news at all, given that we are a small float size in terms of number of shares actually in circulation. There's obviously going to be a lot of volatility in the stock price movements. This is, we knew this when we had that huge reverse stock split back in January. So where does this leave Mullen Automotive? Obviously, in terms of how the company's going, it is on I believe it's actually on an improving trajectory operationally. We're getting more and more, vehicles being produced by the factories, and we've got more, products in the pipeline at different stages of the production process. Obviously, yesterday we had the update from Customs and Borders regarding the application, which wasn't really much information for the markets, but there's a potential that Mullen's EV vehicles could be opened up to government contracts. Obviously, there's the idea that there could be some partnership with rapid defense systems, which might see sales of their vehicles to the defense industry, and obviously logistics is a big part of defense. So there is a sort of a wide application for EV vans there. Obviously, they're still kind of untested by the military. So if there were to be sort of sales, at least to that federal department, there could be other federal departments as well. It takes some time and some testing by them to, really try to bring any meaningful sales. And that's something that Mullen Automotive needs to do soon. I think we need to start seeing some significant numbers of more sales being booked. Obviously, we've got the orders from Randy Marion, which are being fulfilled, and in time that would be fulfilled. But obviously, we don't want to just end the sales at what's been booked so far. We want more to come for the current existing line of products, as well as maybe some news about reservations for other products that Mullen Automotive has in the pipeline. Now, in terms of getting into the stock, I've kind of got into the stock about a year ago, as many of you probably know. It was kind of a bit to follow it for a bit of fun, and I've never seen such an erosion of value for a share that I've held. I've seen other stocks capitulate in that time. I'm looking at companies like Vinco Ventures and stuff like that right now. But for a stock that I've held, it was like, it took me by surprise at how much the dilution and equity raisings had impacted the stock value in that 1 year that I've been in the stock alone. Now, in terms of if you were looking to buy Mullen Automotive, I think most people would say, unless you're looking to short it in the short term, it's probably one to kind of steer clear from. If you did want to make an investment in the stock, and obviously this is not financial advice, I would actually be holding off. I'd be waiting. There's obviously strong rumblings that there's going to be another significant equity raising, which equals more dilution for shareholders. The company's got a huge cash burn rate, and it's hemorrhaging money, but as long as it can stay listed, it's got this ability to raise more equity, obviously at quite unfavorable terms for the existing shareholder base. And I've covered before that, the companies that buy these stocks, they get them via warrants, and they get them at such a discount, they just flip them onto the market, and it becomes quite a profitable move for these institutional investors, but it really hurts the retail investor scene. And that's why there's a lot of disenchantment towards the board at Mullen Automotive among the shareholder base. A lot of people, and rightfully so, have washed their hands of Mullen Automotive, but there's still a lot of keen interest in the company, because it's obviously one that's been subject to a lot of, retail chatter. I kind of last year earmarked that I would be putting a few small investments in the company. I deployed 2 of them last year, and I'm, currently my position based on a little bit of trading last year is down over 50% still. And I did have a third amount of money earmarked to put in the stock, and I've kind of use that now, but I might earmark it some more to put in the stock later on, particularly following the equity raise, because that I believe is coming, because once equity raises come, obviously it's going to be a bit of a sell-off and it might be a more opportunistic time to get into the stock. However, we don't know how long this high cash burn rate is going to last for until, Mullen rein in their expenses and, start posting revenue, which, is at least matching their expenses. Because at the moment, it doesn't look like that's going to be forthcoming, I don't think, for any of the quarters this year. So, I wouldn't be investing any more money now in the stock, but still want to keep an eye on, and it's still a stock which I think, or not so much a stock, but a company I think which is shaping up to have some sort of future in the EV space. How significant that is remains to be seen, but buying it's this is what the whole thing of the stock market is a bit of a gamble, really, isn't it? Anyway, hope you guys are all having a great day. Share your thoughts in the comments on Mullen Automotive, and I'll catch up with you soon. Man, market's trading in your favour. Cheers.